good.
I'm feeling like an artist, because she's an artist, and we're dressed kind of exactly the same today. This is abstract artist Gloria Green. Do you typically wear black? Are you one of those people that...
Yes.
Yes?
I do.
But yet, as we can see beside you, this gorgeous painting that you've brought is full of color.
Yeah.
So you express yourself through color through your artwork, is that right?
Definitely. I love color. I love painting with color. Wearing it, not so much.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, your work is gorgeous, and you call yourself an abstract artist because?
My work is non-representational. So it's colorful, it splashes, it's poured, and it's for the viewer's interpretation. It's never a something. It's a form. It's figures, it's design, it's patterns, but it's never a specific something. When people see it, they see something in it, and that's intended. Yeah.
You allow them the freedom to come to their own conclusions.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do you name your paintings then?
Well, that can be a challenge. But throughout the process, while I'm painting it in a specific series, I've kind of come up with something that I want to do. For instance, this one's called It's Raining Gumballs.
It's Raining Gumballs.
And it kind of looks like that. Some other ones that are more left for the interpretation, like in a fluid series, I see love in the water. Because when I see certain things, I saw love or sensuality. Other people saw fish. But my intention and how I named it and how I think some people's just kind of nudge them along, but they don't have to see that. They can see something else.
Cool. Where did this love affair with painting originate for you?
The actual painting started about 10 years ago when I moved into my loft. But having said that, I've always had a love for artists, especially abstract artists, the abstract expressionists. I've gone Picasso and just had a love of the arts per se. And also, I've also been a piano player since I was 4, so that's another artistic medium. So it's been part of me, but I'd say starting to paint 10 years ago.
At what point 10 years ago, between then and now, did you feel like, okay, I've arrived, I am an artist, and there you are in your studio with some of your other work? It's answer this question, and then I'll ask you another one.
When I've arrived, well, I'm still moving forward and growing as an artist, but I guess my first show, and then of course my first sale of a painting.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I can make money at this? Cool.
Yeah.
The painting you've brought with you today is part of a collection called Clusterphilia.
Correct.
And this has something to do with sick kids as well, right?
I think how it evolved, the name Clusterphilia, I kind of made that up. Philia means the love of, or like of, and the love of clusters. But sitting in rounds, and we were looking at slides on the projector, and then they were cells, but to me what they looked like was, wow, that's a cool design. I like the way the stains colored and the pattern it made. And then from then on, I kind of made it into a painting, and then hence a series.
These artworks were inspired by cells viewed through a microscope.
Correct.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Well, they're almost perfectly round, each of those drops. How did you do that?
Well, these ones are a little bit less perfect than some other ones that I've had that are really precise. It's very hyper-focused doing it, and they aren't perfect, but as perfect as I humanly can do them. And it takes a lot of practice and a lot of time, and I definitely have to take breaks from them because your eyes can go a little bonkers from doing it, but yeah.
This Clusterphilia collection, all of the pieces have various sized circles.
Yeah.
And they're absolutely beautiful.
Thank you.
And then your other collections, completely different.
I know, I do have an eclectic group of series.
Do you paint a collection of paintings all at once, as in once you find a groove, you kind of stick with that groove for a while and then move on once you've been inspired by something else? Or do you find yourself jumping around between the different collections?
A bit of both. Having said that, like I will be doing like for instance, a Clusterphilia series, or another series that I did, a fluid, was one of my earlier works, and I did about 10 or 12 of them, and then something usually triggers, or I'm always evolving and wanting to try something new, and then so I went to something else. But having said that, I will go back. And I feel like, okay, I'm in this mood, or I want to work with more movement. I want to get away from the precision of those circles. My mood is going towards that. I have another one, a series that are called Deep in Thought, and they're very texturalized. And those came when the weather was really doom and gloom last year. And I could see myself being drawn towards the salt stained concrete and texturizing and go to the grays again. So it all depends on my mood, certain things that trigger, certain influences through the day, the weather, erosion from the salt, the stains, yeah, anything.
Well, it's interesting that you say they're inspired by your mood, because we feel something when we see your paintings too, and I bet depending on your mood, you would feel something different.
Exactly, and I'm hoping these ones people are feeling happy and cheerful and playful, because that's the intent, because they are so bright. And one thing that I noticed that people say, if you had seasonal affective disorder, perhaps these colorful paintings might help in lifting you up. Because
Yes,
they are
indeed.
very brightful.
Yes, they're
Bright.
whimsical.
Yeah.
And circles are just happy for some reason. You had you're branching into painted furniture. Do you do collection, like do you do themes on furniture, or?
This was my first time, and it was really fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it was. I was actually in the midst of a painting, waiting for it to dry. I had no more canvas left, and I was in that zone of painting. So I had a table that was plain wood, like a panel, and I'm going for it. And I started painting the clusters on it. And it was very ironic too that it's a round table, so a circle within a circle, and just going at different angles. I just thought it was cool, and then I resined it. So.
It's sealed.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
That could be the next home decor trend.
I was thinking about it.
Why not? You had the Artist Project debut. That just ended on the weekend. What was it, and how did it go?
Well, it's an amazing art fair with over 250 people there, 250 artists, and about 10,000 to 15,000 people come through, art buyers, art admirers, collectors, just a big city event, and it was awesome. It was fabulous. Great exposure. I learned so much. My work was on display for those 3 days, and learned a lot, as well as meeting other like-minded artists, and signed up again already for next year.
Brilliant.
Can't wait. It was great.
Must be tough to put a price on a piece of art that you've been working on.
Yeah.
Or is it? I mean, I imagine. Do you calculate work hours of work, or how does it work?
I think other people do it different ways. I do it by that. I also by the dimensions, because my paintings are quite large. This is one of my mid-sized ones, but a lot of them are a lot larger. And then based on the experience and years and what people pay and like similar type of paintings of artists that are at the same set point in their career, I'd say you compare to it that way. And when I've been in galleries, how they would price it. And you want to keep it consistent.
The big ones, I imagine, would be perfect for people who have those gigantic entranceways.
Oh, that would look
We all have
awesome.
these big walls now
Yeah.
to fill up. When you look back at the work that you did in the beginning, can you see how you've evolved?
Yeah, well, you get better, and even looking back in older paintings, I've actually it's done. I might even gesso over it. Like, maybe
Wow.
you shouldn't, but yeah, I can see how things have evolved and gotten better, where I want to go from here, in different venues and avenues and different techniques, and continue on.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, you got to grow.
If we want to buy something, if we want to see you and then we want to buy something, how do we do it?
Well, you can go to my website, glow, as in GLO, greengallery.com, and have a look at all my series. And you can contact me from there, and you can make an appointment and come to my studio, Loft,
Wonderful.
which is like a gallery.
Go to the website and look at these gorgeous collections of paintings. You will want to have one of every one, or buy a whole collection for your house. It's so great. glowgreengallery.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
When we come back, 22Bs, the Portrait Project. It's a viral campaign inspiring and empowering women.